This is the A-team of daytime. First, Dakota Smith from Ryan's Hope. Christopher Durham. Come on, Chris. Come on, get down here. Roman Brady from Days of Our Lives. Drake Hodgeston. Come on down. Drake. All right. Brad Carlton from The Young and the Restless. Don Diamont. Sean Donnelly from General Hospital. John Riley. Shane Donovan from Days of Our Lives. Charles Shaughnessy. Paul Williams from The Young and the Restless. Doug Davidson. Jackson Montgomery from All My Children. Walt Willey. Dr. Mike Horton from Days of Our Lives. Michael T. Weiss. And Grant Putnam from General Hospital. Brian Patrick Clark. Finally, from Days of Our Lives, Steve Johnson, the guy they call Patch, Steve Nichols. They are the hottest men of daytime television. And you're going to meet the real men who make those daytime dramas sizzle. They are our focus on this beefy edition of Geraldo. Roman Brady. Brad Carlton. Sean Donnelly. Shane Donovan. Paul Williams. Jackson Montgomery. Dr. Mike Horton. Grant Putnam. Steve Where's the Patch Johnson. All right, here we go. I'm going to start right off today by looking at one of daytime's hottest men in action. Here is Drake Hodgeston. That's right, Drake. Hodgeston, what do I? He's Roman Brady, that's how everybody knows him in a scene with Jeannie Francis from Days of Our Lives. Take a look.
So why don't you tell me about these after-dinner plans?
Well, I rented a couple of your favorite movies. Easy Rider and Rambo.
Don't say.
Are you interested?
Yeah, I am very interested.
And I've got a nice big bowl of finger-licking buttered popcorn for later.
Can't wait.
And a six-pack of your favorite beer.
Is that it?
Isn't that enough?
I mean, you couldn't come up with anything better than that to make my night? And Flicks, food, and beer?
What else is there?
Well, why don't you have a seat and let me show you? Brace yourself.
Drake, you devil. You devil. In real life, what's the sexiest thing a woman could do to turn you on, to get you ready for an evening like that one with Jeannie Francis?
In real life, the sexiest thing?
Forget about this popcorn and butter licking.
Easy Rider movies, weenies. Oh, we didn't get the weenie scene there, did we? Oh. I don't know, I guess
We talking food here or what?
The weenie? The weenie scene preceded this.
I get you. Weenie.
Just had to be there.
No big thing, no.
So really, what does a woman do to turn you on? Sexiest thing.
I like my woman, my wife. She's very much a lady and just carries herself very much a lady. Treats me very much like a man. That's what I like.
You mean that's all acting?
Pardon?
That's all acting?
That stuff's acting there. Jeannie and I just have a good time. That's acting.
How long have you been married?
Been married for, not too long. Let's say I've known her since I was 15 and she was 12.
No kidding.
Yeah, we go way back, a real soap opera, right?
And
Dating a girl who was 12?
Really? And he was 32. It was awful. I remember the scandal. Him and Jerry Lee Lewis. The pressures of the Hollywood life, the temptation of being in the public eye, the adoration of your fans, which is obvious, that hasn't led you astray?
No.
He wasn't sweating like this, though, before you asked.
You can tell me.
No, I'm between us. I'm born and bred Indiana. I've got my feet firmly on the ground, and nah.
Then why is he sweating, ladies and gentlemen?
These weren't the questions you told me you'd ask.
With you in South Carolina.
Whoa, with him in South Carolina. Okay, let's see what happens when one thing leads to another. Take a quick look at John Riley as Sean Donnelly in this scene from General Hospital.
Don't touch it, stop.
Oh, Gigan. Oh, you know, we just get better and better. Put this thing down. Oh.
You just shut up so I can kiss you. We do get better and better, don't we?
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's like the 4th of July when we're together.
Oh, yeah, baby. You know, most people would be bored. Are you bored?
I don't even know the meaning of that word.
Okay, John. I have to ask you the same question. That's pretend. In real life, are you married in real life?
Yes, I am.
Okay. How long?
8 years.
Successfully?
Yeah, very much so.
So, are you this torrid character at home?
Not according to my wife, although she does say I'm a very romantic man. Because I am.
What do you do to be romantic?
Oh, I send flowers.
Do you?
Pour champagne. I turn lights off, put candles on. I have a great old time for myself. Yeah.
This is your daughter.
And this is
She has
my prostitute right here before your very eyes in the red dress.
I really don't have a question. I just want to tell Stephen that I love him because he knows that. And I think Drake and...
Wait, how does Stephen know that?
Just because we're sort of special friends, I think. And I appreciate him.
Special friend?
Yeah, special friends.
Who's the other chick who told him she loved him?
How old are you?
I'm 18.
How long have you and Stephen had this special relationship?
3 years, 2 years.
A little over 2 years, maybe?
Maybe. I just want to say that Stephen and
Wait,
Drake...
what state in California? What's the...
18.
Stephen, I don't know, man.
I guess about 2 years.
Now, what is it that turns you on about Stephen?
I just think he's a great person because he's really down to earth and he's a great actor, but I think as a person he's great because he just really cares about people, and you can see that just in the way he is and stuff. And I think Drake's pretty great too.
Okay. Brian, play the violin as we fade to commercial for Drake. That's it. We'll be right back. Our sweet little friend in the red dress was absolutely weeping during the commercial. But now, what is it? Tell us what it is. Now, how did that get so intense?
I don't know how it got that intense, but no, she comes out to the baseball games. Days of Our Lives has a softball team, and she's baked me cookies several times, and we've just always talked, and she asked me in the first year if she could be Bat Boy, or Bat Girl, and I told her she had to ask the coach, Ken Corday, and she never got around to doing that. He wasn't into it. Yeah.
But it's real love. It's real fascination, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
You get really
after we
into
play ball, we sign autographs with the people who come out. We get big crowds, actually.
Yeah, we're not talking baseball here, man. Okay, you know Doug Davidson as Paul Williams in The Young and the Restless, but he is also appearing in a new videotape called How to Make a Man Fall in Love with You. Take a look. Here's Doug.
Are you on a time schedule?
No, why? What do you mean?
I'm hooked on you.
Oh, Kathy, I really think it's a little premature. Well, I mean, with everything
you
that's
really have
happened,
to take your coat off.
Is it my imagination, or is that an invitation? I don't...
See? You don't understand.
Hooked. You're hooked on me.
Yes.
Oh, God, I think I've seen this movie, Attack of the Killer Bracelet.
Oh, well, don't tell me the ending.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
If you think this is fun, you should see me with the food processor.
What about the other way around? How do you make a woman fall in love with you?
I don't know. I would suggest being yourself, perhaps. Not a good answer?
Come on, not a good answer. No, what is it? Be more specific. We need...
How about really faking and being macho?
Show us your macho self.
I just did.
That's all there is?
Yeah. Sorry,
you need
Geraldo.
a patch on your eye.
Really? What was that thing you were wearing?
Well, it was in the beginning of the scene. She had those Oriental drinks with the
Bamboo umbrellas.
The bamboo umbrellas, and thank you, it's helped me out there. And it stuck in my eye. And so she put a patch on.
John, same question.
Me. Charlie. Charlie. Same question.
Chaz.
What do I do?
Yeah.
My wife, I'm married. My wife,
How many of you guys are married? Let me disabuse some notions here.
5 years. 5 years. Very happily.
Let me ask the question the other and more popular way. How many of you are not married?
How many were married and got divorced?
I don't know, we're not talking divorce. We were talking fantasy.
We check the Wall Street Journal, and then we watch reruns of Days of Our Lives. And if that hasn't really depressed us, we have a good evening. No, actually, I do have a romantic story. My wife.
Okay, good.
We met in England, and when my wife came back here to live and work, we had to keep in touch by the telephone. And I think our fate was sealed one night when I called her, and I only had enough money for about 3 minutes. And I had to say very quick, I said, it's Christmas time. I asked the operator to let me know when 30 seconds was coming up. And he said, I'm going off my shift soon in about half an hour. So why don't you just talk until you're finished as a Christmas present from me to you and your girlfriend. And we talked for about an hour and 15 minutes on this operator's time. And I think that we said so much in that free hour and 15 minutes that only a few months later I followed her out here and we got married in America. And we lived happily ever after.
Happily ever after. Michael, you're a bachelor. How do you make a woman fall in love?
How do I make a woman fall in love? I pay her.
Well, you're in Hollywood, man. Hey, no problem.
How do I make a woman fall in love? That's no problem. I wear these tennis shoes. I can't resist my fashion.
Get a shot of the shoes. You gotta get a shot of the shoes. Get a shot of it. Look at it. There's macho shoes there. Look at it. Macho.
Hey.
Come on, really, what do you do?
I don't know. I think acting like yourself is one of the best things.
See,
If that doesn't work,
such a stupid answer.
There we go.
She's using it now.
if that doesn't work, then I act like Drake Hogeston and I give up.
Are you able to sweat on cue as well?
Do you guys feel an intense sense of competition, or is it a fraternity among the hunks? Or
I like to answer that.
We killed the other Sam. We were the ones that made it. See what's going on backstage. It was not really
Pushing and shoving back there was incredible.
What happens when things go wrong in a soap love story? I want to show you this scene with Don Diamont as Brad Carlton in The Young and the Restless. Take a look. Love gone wrong.
What are you going to do about this?
If this is something that's going to require more of my time than I have to give, I'm not going to do it. I can tell you that.
Why are you going to do it at all? You made me choose between Stanford and our marriage. Brad, you know I can't stand this girl. You know the problems she brings to our marriage. What are you thinking? What are you doing?
Are you saying that you don't believe me?
Having trouble? Yeah.
I can't help you, Tracy, because I'm giving it to you straight. I am not involved with Lauren Fenmore. I am not about to become involved with her. I told you I agreed to this project, and there is nothing more to it than that.
Don, what do you do?
Are you lying? Are you lying?
What happens, Don, in your real life when your love or your wife sees you in one of those steamy scenes?
Fortunately, my girlfriend is not a particularly jealous person. She's not a particularly jealous person, so it doesn't really bother her.
Have none of your romances been made jealous by your, it gets incredibly torrid.
Yeah, not with 40 people standing by. You can't get too torrid.
Not really. Not really.
Make it too true.
I'd like to ask Brian Patrick Clark a question. We saw you on the Late Show last night. We thought you were really great. But what we want to know is, did you really pose for Playgirl? And if you did, how was it?
How was what?
Well, there was a question on the cue card that they could ask you, and they never asked you.
didn't? Thank
Well, it
God.
said pose for Playgirl, so we're wondering if you
I would like to dispel the notion right now that I did it, the way most of the guys did it. I'm not that shameless, or I'm not that well endowed. I'm not sure which it is. I kept my bathing suit on. Yes.
A couple of you guys have posed for Playgirl, haven't you? Who else posed for Playgirl? I saw some pictures. Yeah. Did you keep your bathing suit on?
It's out right now, as a matter of fact.
It's out right now, yeah. Did you keep your bathing suit on?
Yes, well, maybe I won't say, because you can go and see for yourself.
Oh, all right, okay. Let's take a break. We'll get to the others. Okay, we're back with the hottest Hunks in Daytime. What's your question?
Hi, this is for Paul, the Young and the Restless. I'd like to know how you met your wife. You're married, correct?
Yes.
And what attracted you to her?
How'd you meet her? What attracted you to her?
Two-part question.
Yes.
I have a two-part answer. She was working on the show in 1980 as a cult member in a storyline I was involved in. And she went away to do a film with Matt Dillon called Liar's Moon, and we fell in love.
I would like to ask Brad from Young and the Restless who he really loves more, Lauren or Tracy?
Well, that's a loaded question, isn't it? Being that Tracy is my wife, I think I'll say Tracy. Play it safe.
I'd like to ask Brian Patrick Clark. I hear you're a sports enthusiast. Did you run the marathon this year?
Yes.
Here in L.A.?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I ran 2:58:45.
That's breaking 3 hours. It's tremendous. He also came in first in the celebrity category, which is sensation.
I have a question for Paul. I would like to know if the original Jill will be back on The Young and the Restless.
The original Jill was played by Brenda Dixon, and no, she's taken a rather extended leave of absence.
This is for Brad. Brad, what is with this floozy Lauren? And when are you?
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay, good.
I slept with her one time.
How was she?
Once. She's great. I slept with her one time. Now, is that... that's not an affair, that's a fling. It's just once.
That's safe, sir.
I have a question for Mike Horton from Days of Our Lives.
Yes.
I wanted to know how well you get along with your sister off screen, the girl that plays your sister.
Missy Brennan, isn't she the cutest thing in life? It's too bad she's my sister. Very well. I would eat her up if I could, but I can't, so I won't.
Three-part answer. Like to expand on.
I got a question for Steven. I want to know if you really get into those love scenes with Kayla.
Well, they say when we kiss, it's called the liver lip lock.
The liver lip lock?
Yeah, liver lip lock. Yeah. We have nicknames for each other's kissing around there, and that's ours. We don't get into it for real, but we certainly enjoy kissing each other.
You mean for fake?
Are you and Kayla ever going to get married?
Yes, I think so, baby.
Sean, I wanted to know, are you going to get together with Tiffany's sister?
Oh, Cheryl.
Yeah,
Interesting
Cheryl. They
woman,
have
isn't
romance?
she? Well, there might be a slim possibility of that, yes. She kisses like her sister does.
You should have a kiss-off, you guys.
You could have a
I got a
kiss-off.
question for Steven. I was wondering if you ever get a little foggy underneath that patch there.
Fogging? No, there's a little place where air can get in, so it doesn't fog up.
You guys are big on patches.
Hi, Mike. I just wondered, do you have a girlfriend?
Are you offering?
I sure am.
Everyone offering, raise your hand.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
See that again. Raise your hand on the white chart. Let me see that. That's big.
Well?
Actually, I just broke up, honey, so I'll meet you at about 11:30.
I've got a question for Steve. Steve, you look pretty young. How old are you, and how did you get your start in show business?
I'm 37. I just turned 37. And I started by going to Los Angeles City College Theater Academy and leaving there and doing a lot of plays. Lots of theater.
Hi, I have two questions for all the men. Since the women...
We haven't heard from Wall. I want to hear from Wall.
Okay. You said earlier that you're pretty satisfied with the women. They don't get jealous with you, such as your wives or lovers. But do they do anything more to excite you?
Okay, in your real life, Wall.
Well, my wife, Carrie, she tries not to fall asleep before 10:30.
Is it a struggle?
Yeah, which just saves my back from carrying her up the stairs.
Creed, on All My Children, how old were you when you started acting?
It was about 5 years ago, so I was just barely under 30.
I have a question for any of the married ones who want to respond. After doing all these toward love scenes all day long, do you find yourself readying your wives when you get home?
Find ourselves doing what?
Raping?
Ready for your wife.
Ready, raping, and what's the difference?
Well, the question is the wife ready for you after all the excitement?
What's the answer?
Oh, yes.
Yes, if they're ready.
Definitely.
Gets you started.
Depends if you were into her in a love scene.
I'd like to ask Paul from Young and the Restless a question. Are they going to have you involved in an interracial relationship here?
I heard about that. It's all the buzz this year.
Huh?
I'm on the show and I didn't hear
No,
that.
the girl. I assume you're referring to the girl that plays Amy. That's.
No, the art gallery girl?
Oh.
Actually, no.
Shows you how much I know, doesn't it? No.
Been reading TV Guide lately?
Yes, and not that I know of. I think you've been hearing another storyline on one of the other shows, Geraldo. I'm not sure.
Which is it? Which is that?
Because it's a General Hospital.
General Hospital.
General Hospital.
No, actually,
There is an
Doug is
interracial
gonna be playing
marriage
a black
going on.
man very shortly on Young and the Restless. And it is going to be an interracial story.
There is.
That's right.
No, there's an interracial marriage that happened right now, about a week and a half ago.
Oh, it did?
Between Tom and Simone, yes.
So how has the audience responded to that?
The audience has responded very well, as a matter of fact. I understand that LA Law is going to do it on their show in prime time. Now, we're the first program anywhere that's had an interracial marriage.
Is that right?
Love affair, right.
I don't know how started in that.
Always led the way.
But the soaps do lead the way, don't they?
Well, not if that's the first interracial.
Well, not leading the way in terms of society, but in terms of the entertainment world. You guys,
as far as
you had the
prime time, I think
AIDS
they
storylines, you had all the other things.
Well, they test out with us, and then they...
Okay, we'll continue this dialogue, this intimate dialogue after this break. I mean, General Hospital broke the
barrier,
the trails.
The racial.
No, I'm not talking about interracial.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just plain marriage is incredibly hot as a topic, isn't it? I mean, why do you think that is, Stephen?
Well, people fantasize, excuse me, themselves in these characters on soaps, and they fantasize themselves going to the ultimate limit of love with that other character, and they like to see themselves in that wedding dress or that wedding garb, getting married to their favorite character, I think.
Now, didn't you get married recently? Or something to
On
do
the
with
show?
marriage, or came close to marriage?
Well,
on the
yeah, Kayla and I found ourselves stranded in this mountainous area in the snow, and we decided that it looked pretty for a wedding, so we sort of created our own mock wedding.
And how did they play? I mean, the audience like it? Was it as good as a real wedding?
I think they like to, you know, see people say those words to each other, whether it's the real thing or not.
This is for Dakota Smith of Brian's Hope. I wanted to find out if he's ever going to be a good guy.
I don't think so, and I hope not. I'm having a lot more fun being a schmuck than
That's
Wait,
It's a lot more interesting to play a
you
bad
don't like
guy.
that?
It's nice to have the change. You know?
Well, I started watching the show because I was turning the channel one day and you were on, and I just started watching it.
Well, good.
And I've been watching it ever since.
Do you like me being a bad guy?
I like watching you.
I think it is.
We have a clip, actually, of you in action as, I don't know if it's as the bad guy, I haven't seen the clip yet, but why don't we run that? Run a clip of Chris in action as the bad dude.
Well, just what do you think that you could do for me?
Oh, lots of things. I'm a crackerjack typist.
I don't need any typists. I got plenty of them outside.
Well, I'm real good with people.
Your last boss fired you.
Well, all right. I can answer phones.
Sorry. You know what I could use, though?
What?
I could use a personal assistant.
Personal?
Somebody to take care of me while I'm taking care of business.
I see.
I was hoping so.
Would you like to be his personal assistant? Would you like to be his
It looked
personal
bad to me.
Sure, any day. Do you trust that guy, then? I don't know.
Oh, come on, trust me.
I trust him, sure. What's your question?
I'd like to ask Charles, I heard that you had a scene that went past the censors. I'd like to know which scene it was and why. How did
Didn't get that.
It did get past the censors.
Oh, yeah. We had a scene, Patsy and I, when we were meant to be in England in front of the fire. And there are very strict rules as to what you can and can't do, like where you can put your bodies when you're kissing. You can't have your legs on top of each other, got to be by the side and all this. But we were kissing down on top, I was coming down on top of her like this. And just as they moved into a close-up with the fire in the background, she did something with her back. She kind of arched her back very sharply and threw her head back. And it looked incredible. And at that moment...
And did she moan?
It felt incredible. At that moment, the lady that was meant to be watching her very closely, by pure chance, was just looked at something. She thought she had dropped something and came back to the screen and it had gone. And she hadn't seen it. And everyone in the booth was like this, and she hadn't seen it. So when it aired, everyone went crazy. I mean, apparently there were a lot of telephone calls back and forwards from NBC in New York. And it was one of the sexiest moments I've ever seen on TV. I mean, it really was. Just that suggestion. I think that's what really works, is that kind of suggestive sexuality.
You mean as opposed to pornography?
Well, you know, you have a lot of people think that if you have two people writhing around in a bed, it's going to be sexy. I may be very wrong, but to watch on TV, it's the suggestion that isn't. You know, it's the suggestion that works.
I just wanted to say the two that play Sean Donnelly and Grant Putnam are great, and I would like to know if Grant Putnam plans to come back to General Hospital.
He's you know, like fermenting in the nut house again, so we'll see what happens.
Crazy.
Sean, will you ever marry Tiffany on the show? And Stephen, I wanted to tell you I like your tennis shoes, and I'll meet you out back after the show's over.
That's Michael.
Whether or not I will ever marry...
Stephen's not wearing tennis
She wants to meet the shoes. She doesn't care
She doesn't care who's wearing it.
I want to know if Mike Horton will ever forgive Janice for the affair with your father.
Well, you got to watch tomorrow's show, honey, because if I don't forgive her now, that's going to be too late.
Oh, what happened? Oh, don't tell us. Oh, tell us.
I already asked.
Oh, you did? Oh, all right. How was it?
Hi, I wanted to ask Steve if you would just call me Sweetness just once.
Hello, sweetness.
I have two questions. First of all, I want to know if you need a chaperone on your date later tonight. And my second question is kind of an open forum for any one of you. I wanted to know, a lot of times I know that there's substitutions for people you might be intimate with, and I know that it might take a while to develop a rapport with the person that you're intimate with. Is it difficult to have someone stand in, maybe if they're sick that day or something, and you have to do a love scene with them? Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you mean sometimes when someone replaces somebody for a period?
Yeah. I always think the more general question is even the better one. Do you develop real intimacy with the people you are so intimate with?
If you're lucky.
Yeah. No, you do. You do develop intimacy. It becomes one large family. Very, very intimate.
So you all become intimate. It's incredible.
It's an incredible experience, Geraldo. You should come and join us someday.
I think with what we do more than any other job,
wonderful.
Because of the scenes that we have together when you have to kiss somebody and make love to them, you have to develop that intimacy because you have to trust each other so much. But at the same time, I'm very close with a lot of people on the show, but then when the day's work is done, we leave, and I don't socialize with them outside the studio. But I mean, when you're working with them, you're close. And I think that's why actors are kind of special. We have the ability to do that.
But you, more than any, Drake, don't you guys, it's an incredibly intense relationship. So physical. It's not like, I mean, you guys are in bed more than you're walking around, it seems.
You more than anybody.
That's what I was hired for. I don't know.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Hottest Hunks, the most romantic leading man in daytime TV. So we're going to have a little challenge for them. Each of them gets a rose. Here, Stephen, take one and pass them on. Here, pass them on. Now we're going to ask for 10 volunteers from the audience. You're going to come up and you're going to say the same line, one to each of the stars, and they're going to respond to you. So I'll tell you the line. Okay, you come. Yeah, you come. Come on. Okay, you come. There, come on. Okay, in the back, you go. Okay, you, come on. Oh, wait, don't show. Let me see. Okay, you come. Come on. Okay, wait, one. This is what the training has prepared you for. Okay, come on. Yeah. Thank you, Dad. Come on. Just 10. Okay. All right. Hey, Amy. All right, get in line. You come first. Is that 10? I got to count. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Watch what I say.
And okay. 10. You get in there. Okay. Come on with me. Come on. Come right up here.
Oh, I get 3. Great.
Now, what you have to say, I'm going to lead you. You're going to face it. You have to say to Stephen, for example, "You are the man of my dreams." And he will answer you, "I love you." And the rest of the audience will rate the best actor's delivery of the best, most convincing "I love you" line. Okay? Here we go. Here's the first one. You know what you're going to say? Stand up, Stephen.
Oh, I'm standing now?
Yes, stand. Okay, all right, well, don't step on your mic. Don't step on your mic. Wait. Don't be nervous.
You put me in an awkward position here.
I know. That's the whole point. Okay, here we go.
That's the whole point.
Okay, ready? Okay. You first.
Okay.
Wait, you ready?
Right here?
No,
Are we ready?
Ready.
We're going to do this
Look
now?
at each other.
You are the man of my dreams. You are. Do you love me?
Gone with the Wind.
I'm sorry.
All right, come on, break. That's enough. Break. Hey, come on, get out of here. Next.
I gotta have to beat that. I mean,
Chart something. You can do it.
Pace and energy.
Yeah, that's good. Go.
You are the man of my life.
I have enormous pity for you. And I love you as well. Thank you.
Finish, man. Get out of here.
It's been a lot of fun, really. But in the comes about
back to your seat. Back to your seat. Okay, come on, Mike.
For the show.
Oh, baby. Okay. Well,
ready?
Mike, you're the man of my dreams.
I'm going to answer you in the way that I've found that most of the women that I've met in Hollywood like to be answered.
At least it wasn't a condom.
Give it back. That's $100.
You take your money, give her the rose, and sit down, you dope. Get out of here. Okay, next. Ready? Okay. Ready? Settle down.
You are the man of my dreams.
This girl is shaking.
All right, not bad. Very good. Come on, let's go. Come on, Doug. Okay, you ready? Settle down.
My cord's a little short.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
You were the man of my dreams.
try, man.
I
Try.
love you.
Try. Nick, come on, man. Come on. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay. Ready?
Come on, honey. He's getting emotionally prepared for this scene. Look at Charles getting emotionally prepared. This method acting works. There you go. Wait a minute.
You are the man of my dream.
Here you go.
Yes. I'll do
You
both
are
of
the
them.
man of my dream. We gotta take a break. This is too much. Okay, let's go.
This question's for Brad from Young and the Restless. What kind of girl do you go for, looks and personality?
I'm not so sure he looks for girls from what I just saw on the air here.
That was for me?
Come on.
Yeah.
I look for intelligence, sense of humor. I know we hear that all the time, but it really is very important.
Sympathy.
Those legs under your skirt are helpful also.
My question.
Get a shot of her. Get a shot of her. What
Geraldo.
He's talking gams there, folks.
My question is for Drake. Is your tattoo real?
Well, maybe you'd like to check it out.
Yes, for Brian Patrick Clark, I wanted to know if you really enjoyed getting psychotic. You seem to really be
I
getting out of
enjoy it
that.
more than that love episode we just had.
Well, that's typecasting, isn't it, Brian?
Tina didn't get her kiss when she's up on stage. She wants to know if she could run up there real quick and get...
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna...
Sure, gonna kiss.
You will
What's Gina? Get Gina, you can ask the question.
Timing your splits, Gina.
You will never convince my husband that what you do is work.
Thank you.
Good eye.
Thanks, Geraldo.
You will never convince my husband sitting here that what you do is work.
Fine, it just looked hard at work, the guy.
What I'd like to know, and I'll ask Brad Carlton, what is your typical day like? You know, a working day, a schedule, what time to get up, what time to get home, and
It's
that sort of
kind of an involved question, but very quickly, on our show we have 2 sound stages. If you're on the first stage, your call is 7. You can be out anywhere from 10 to 2. If you're on the second stage, your call is 12, and you're out anywhere from 2 to 6. So it's a 7 to 6. We try to shoot the show from 7 to 6.
So it's an 11-hour day.
No.
No, I think it is.
Wait a minute. 8, 9.
We have the 12-hour day. Yeah, we have the dance right.
Really?
Yeah.
How many days? How
So do
often
we.
do you? In 12 months, how often are you shooting?
12 months.
12 months. All year round.
Yeah.
You really?
all year round.
There's no summer
52
hiatus.
weeks
We
a
get
year.
2 weeks off at Christmas, but we have to tape a bunch of Saturdays for 3 months ahead to get the 2 weeks off at Christmas.
Plus, of course, there's
This
the
for
Olympics.
Paul and Brad, I think you're both great. And Brad, are you and Tracy going to have a baby?
Are we going to have a baby? Yeah. Honest to God, I don't know. Anybody else want to have a baby?
I want to know, do you ever get into your love scene so much that when the director says stop, you can't stop? I mean, where's the point of no return, just generally?
Constantly. All the time.
It happened to me one time. We were doing a love scene in a bar, Tiffany and myself. And they took the cameras away, the crew left, the director did not yell cut, and we kissed for 15 solid minutes. And both of us are asking one another, what in the hell are they doing? What are they doing?
Did they keep rolling tape?
They kept rolling tape.
Wow, well, that
And you
made
can
it an
buy
easy
that
day at the office, right?
First of all, I want to say that you're gorgeous. And I wanted to know, I've been watching General Hospital since inception, and we want to know, my friends and I want to know, how do you separate being character and going home to the other life that you have?
I mean, like, they want to operate on their friends and stuff?
Right. How do you do that? Like, you're supposed to be so involved, or you're not liking someone on the show,
Well,
or
it's a
being the
fact.
villain, and how do you separate yourself from being the villain on the show and going home and being a sweet person? Or trying?
Or do you?
Well, it's a fantasy. We live our fantasy on the screen, and you observe us living that fantasy.
Fantasy or reality? We have to take a break. We'll be right back. If you'd like people to describe you. Christopher.
Caring.
Drake.
Just a hunk.
Hunker. Don.
Charismatic and high Mara.
Okay, John.
Loving.
Loving. Charles.
Huge.
Doug. Doug, let's go.
Happy-go-lucky.
Happy-go-lucky. From huge to happy-go-lucky. Walt.
Enigmatic.
Enigmatic. Oh, terrific. Mike.
Lusty.
Woo. Brian.
Huger.
Steven.
Hardworking.
Oh, I'll give you a second choice. Second choice.
Second choice?
Second choice.
Hardworking's no good? Sincere.
Hardworking and sincere. Boring.
Yes.
Thanks very much, folks. We'll see you next time. The Hunks of Daytime.